something using the plugin MS Physics. So to start with, you need to put on some sort of a floor. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start by using the rectangle tool, and I'm going to go like that. I'm going to make a nice floor. Actually, if that gets annoying, I'm going to click my arrows until I get to the blue one. All right, there we go. All right, now I'm going to pull this probably down. There we go. Now I'm going to turn on my, let's get rid of her. I'm going to now turn on my tools. I'm going to go to View, Toolbars, and I'm looking for MS Physics, just for this one, to the MS Physics one. That's right here. All ready to go. So now, if I press play, as you can see, nothing happens. That's because this is not anything yet. In order for something to happen, I have to make this into a group. So I'm going to right click. I'm going to make a group, right? Because MS Physics does not see an object unless it's a group. It's just decorative otherwise. Now I press play and it falls because gravity is acting on it. Now what I want to happen is I want this to be the floor. So that means that it cannot move because things have to fall on top of it. So what I do is I click on it. I right click, I look for my MS Physics, state, static. Static means that it is not going to move, but it actually does see it. Ignore would mean it's kind of invisible. So static, so when I press play, it does not fall. All right, next thing I'm going to do is I think this floor is a little bit too skinny. So I want to change the shape of it. So a good way to do that is to get inside the group. This is really important with this because you're working with groups in here. So if you press it once, you select it. If you press it twice, you get that bar around there. That means that you're inside the group. You actually can edit this. So I can take this and I can make this any shape I want. I'll make it a little bit bigger. All right, good. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a ramp. So there are a couple ways I can do that. I'm actually going to use these shapes that came with the shape loader. So I'm going to click on that and I'm going to make a ramp. I'm going to start here. And you see right now it is on an equal cube. So I'm going to press Control. Now I have control over it. I'm going to click on here. And I'm going to click right there. I'm going to raise it up. In order for this to work properly, you really have to have kind of slide up and down this bar right here. So let's see, that looks pretty rampy to me like that. All right, so now I have this cube, which if I press play, you can see I can move it around. I can float it. It's actually, because it is on this surface, I can pull it around the surface. Okay, so now I'm going to make this into the ramp. So I'm going to edit it. I'm going to click inside. Notice everything got that green color. That means it's working. So one way to do this is to do like a line on the side. And you can see when I push pull, the dots are on one side. That means it works. The dots kind of bisected this. Push this back. And now it is a ramp. The other way I could have done this is I could have selected this right here, just this corner, and then pulled it down and made a ramp. Two different ways to do that. Okay. Now I'm going to make a ball falling down this ramp. What I want to do is I am going to get the ball, and I'm going to put it on top of the ramp. I'm going to pull it. As you can see, it's defaulting. So it's not actually making a ball. It's going to make like an egg shape. So you press Control and see how it's underneath the line. It's making a ball underneath the ramp. If I pull it this direction, it's now on top of the ramp. Now I have a ball on top of a ramp. You will see when I press play, so it floated up. That is because if you click on the ramp, it's seeing this as a box shape. It's not seeing this cutout. So I actually have to tell it what shape it is. So I right-click the ramp. I go over to MS Physics, Shape. Right now it's on Box. I put it on default. If I put it on default, then when I go to press play, it rolls down the ramp. All right, now I have a ball and a ramp. The last thing I'm going to do for this, I'm going to put a hole in here for the ball to roll into. Now let's see, I'm going to make a nice big hole. So in order for this to work, if I put a hole on it right now, I put a circle. What I've done is I put a circle on top of a group, and that's not going to work, right? Because it has to be in the group. As you can see, it doesn't know which to show because it's two surfaces kind of overlapping. In order to make this in the group, get rid of this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to click, click, click. Now I have the dots. I'm going to make a really big hole so that I make sure I do not miss. I want this to fall right in there. And I'm going to push pull it down just a little bit. Oops, wrong. See, I had the see what I did? I had the this was selected. I want to select this underneath like that. Here we go. This will work. And I get outside the whole thing. I like to, after I do something, get my arrow and just click outside. So deselect everything and then press play. And it did not fall in the hole. What we're going to do is we're going to check what's going on with the shape of the floor so we can read the hole. I'm going to right click, go over again, shape. This time we're going to change it to static mesh. Right now it's defaulted to compound. Let's try static mesh. Outside it and press play. There you go. Right, so static mesh is what you need in order for it to see any kind of holes. All right, so you're going to make a ramp with a hole. Good luck.